In this video, I'm going to help you learn how to work in mymathassistant.com. This website will be used to enter in your homework answers and your test answers. And then I'll be able to access those answers and scores and enter them into RenWeb. So let's go ahead and start by entering in mymathassistant.com. And the first time you come to this website, you will get this page, and we want to log in. Now, everybody has a login name already, or username, and that is going to be your first initial and then your last name with the first letter capitalized. Now, most of you, it'll just be that simple. There's one student, I believe it's Maddie Smith. And since Smith is such a common name, there must be another M. Smith in the system. And so she will have a 1 after her name. But everybody else is just plain old first initial, last name. I actually am entered in every class. And in this class, I'm going to be J. Gill 1. But you won't have the 1 unless you're Maddie Smith. Then I'm going to go ahead and put in my password. We all have the same password right now. You can reset yours if you'd like, but the password I've chosen for all of us is capital P, capital A, and then capital K, and then we lowercase NIGHTS 1. That's PA Knights 1 with PA and K capitalized. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit log in. And it's taking me to test 21 because I probably looked at that. But what you'll want to do is on the left-hand side, go to assignments. Now, you don't have to, if there's something that shows up here, that's fine. Don't worry about it. That's not really a big deal. But what we want to do is we want to go to the lesson we want to enter our answers in for. Now, you're going to be starting out lesson 91, but I'm going to go ahead and do an old lesson, lesson 17. So now I just hit go, and here are all of the questions, 1 through 30, for lesson 17. Some have an A and a B. Now, the great thing is you're not going to have to write any tag words. That's right, you heard me, no tag words. So I've already worked out on my homework sheet. And by the way, you're going to have to work out your answers on your homework sheet and still take a picture of that and upload it to LMN under the lesson assignment. You will not get credit for these answers if I don't also have an accompanying loaded file with your work on it. Okay, so you've got to take a picture of your work and put it into LMS. Okay, otherwise I'm going to have to give you a 0 for the assignment, and we certainly don't want to do that. So number 1, I've done the work and I know the answer is 7,510, and soldiers is already put in there, so I'm going to check my answer and it's a green. Yay! So I'm going to move on to question 2A. What's the probability of rolling a 5 on a die? And so they tell you down here, how do I do a fraction? Well, I know the probability is 1/6. So I put in a 1, and then it tells you, use a / and then a 6. And then I'm going to check my answer, and of course it's correct. What's the probability of not rolling a 5? Well, we know that probability is 5/6. But just to show you what happens, instead of 5/6, I'm going to put 5/7 and check my answer. Well, of course, it is incorrect, and so I get a red square here, a red rectangle under 2B. Now, you may go back and enter in as many answers as you'd like to. You have an infinite number of times you can try it. So I'm going to go back in and try 5/4. Well, I know that's not right. It tells me how many attempts I have had. And so now I'm going to go ahead and realize, you know what? It's got to be 5/6. And I'm going to check my answer, and it is correct. Now on the next problem, the answer is 14 students. But let's just say I'm having trouble with that problem. it's a difficult problem and I don't know how to do it. So I can go ahead and click this I need help, and it'll be orange instead of red or green. And you can come back to that one, or if you've got a parent who's good at math, they can come back and help you with that one. Or what you can do is keep it on the orange, and then when we have our Zoom meeting in the afternoon, you can say, Mrs. Gill, I need help on number 3. So that'll just give you a reminder that you need help on how to do that problem. Now, when this is finished, if you still have an orange here and it's 9 o'clock the next morning when I'm going to be taking the grade on this assignment, if you never get the right answer and it stays orange or stays red, it will be counted as incorrect. So if you are stuck on it, join my Zoom meeting or ask a parent and try to figure that out, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish filling. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do next. Let's move on to number 20. Let's see. What am I going to do here? Number 10. Number 10. Okay. Number 10 on this lesson says to draw a 30-degree angle with a protractor. Now, you can't do that on here, okay? You're going to have to do that on your worksheet yourself. And so then what you would do is all they say here is for this problem, you need to show your work on your paper. So you'll just click done and it'll stay orange. And then what I will do is look at your worksheet when you upload it to LMS. And if I see that that is done on that problem and done correctly, I will change it from orange to green. Okay, so you've got a few like that. Now, let's go ahead and look at number 23, because number 23 has a mixed number answer. The mixed number answer is 1 1/2, and this is how you do that. You enter in a 1. You don't have to put a space, but I think it is a little bit clearer. I have 1 1/2, so I'm going to hit the 1 and then a space and then 1/2. And that's how you enter in 1 1/2. And I'm going to check my answer, and you can see it is correct. Okay. Now, you'll also notice here, here's another tag word here. It is done. This next one is 3/4. That's just a plain old fraction, not a mixed number. That is an easy one to enter in. So now, once you've filled all of this in, okay, and then you've gotten help on the ones during our Zoom meeting that you can't do or help from a parent, you're going to go down here and you can see what your score is. Now, I haven't finished this, so it's going to give me my current score on this problem. My current score is out of 40 possible answers. I have gotten 5 correct, and my score is 12.5. Okay, so you can also go over here. That will tell you what you have done. Just list them all out for you so you can see your answers. Okay. Oh, look, there's 3 teacher grade problems on this lesson. So there will be 3 orange boxes that I will have to check on your scanned document in LMS. Okay. So what I can do is I can go back in, because I haven't finished it. You can always go back in and continue to work on it. Okay. So if you skip a problem, it'll count it as incorrect. If it is orange, it will be incorrect, and I will look at those, and some of those I will, of course, turn to green when I can see what you've done on your paper. So that is how you will use mymathassistant.com. We'll talk about how to use it with tests on Thursday. One last thing I want to, there's a nice little help button. See this little help button here in the top? And it will help you just learn how to solve a few things, especially this little last one, how to input complex math symbols. So that's a nice little one to look at. It's a very short video that's helpful. So I think that's all we have to say for today. And remember that you can, let's go back here, you can try to put in the correct answer as many times as you want to. There is no limit on that. But at 9 a.m. the next day, after the lesson's been taught, I will score whatever you have. And if it's not green, then it will count against you. And I will look at your work to see if you get any credit for some of these other questions that have to be, that are drawings. So I think that's all I have for today. And so go ahead and register for mymathassistant.com. Go ahead and use that username and log in.